Okay, so this is a first, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first technical call on 2.1 concepts. Adam, Jan Erik, we can leave it up to you to bring up any questions you have. To start with.
I must admit we haven't started with this sprint yet because there's so many other things to do. But hopefully next week we will start with this one, at least during the Easter, because then we don't have so many other meetings and incoming mails, hopefully.
That's right, Easter is coming, yes.
And Easter is holy in Norway,
as
far as I know.
Yeah, it is. So then it's a good time to do focused technical stuff.
And Jan Erik, are you? I think you said you will not be in Rome physically next week.
No.
Anyone from your team or from Artemis team?
No, not from Artemis, but Marcin from our team will be competing in this game, this railroad game.
Okay.
So that's what we are focusing on right now, to make count and objects along line work as it should.
Okay.
Placement along alignment.
And by the way, are you yourself participating into the implementers forum for that 3?
Yeah, I try to attend as many meetings as possible. Very, very useful meetings, I would say.
Is there okay, thanks for that. Okay. Then if no other points on your side, then Adam, is there anything you'd like to bring up?
No, just working through 2.1. It wasn't required that we make the gradient curve, the actual geometry just yet, isn't it? It was just sort of a
Just the layout. I had the geometry also in my example file, but that's not necessary. That's because the software I used sort of generates that also for me. So
okay, yeah, because I was just looking through that as well, and I was like, oops,
yep,
that's quite a lot.
Yep.
I think the geometry is part of Sprint 2.2, so we will get there eventually. So if you're already looking into that, you can start.
Yeah,
of course.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I think other than that, I haven't really done too much with 2.1. I think just getting the alignment sorted is pretty much where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering about the pull request. Do I have to manually close that myself, or because it doesn't appear to have been closed yet from last week?
Or I suppose it could be merged. There was this question from Stefan at the end there, and I remember that also Lee was in that meeting, and I don't know if something was going to be done about that one, but I mean it's structurally okay, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
structurally okay. It's just the data's a bit nonsense.
Yeah.
And I haven't merged it yet because I thought that you're gonna exchange with the data as Lee has said that he's gonna give you some other coordinates or anything. But so if you upload it, of course, just a word of caution: the checker will complain that your files are missing concepts from Sprint 2.1. But don't worry, we're gonna be the judges to that, and we're gonna then accept if everything that is regarding Sprint 1.3 and earlier is gonna be passing.
Yep, fair enough. So yeah, I'll clean that example up and I'll commit the change, and then we'll see how it goes.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Stefan, do we want to have a look at the 2.1 file that has been submitted by Beaver? Just to reflect on the file that has passed. I believe it has passed.
Yes, we can do that. Yeah, let me just look it up. My internet is kind of slow in this hotel, so let's see. Come on. Oh, yeah.
It would be really nice to have. I don't know if you have that, Stefan and Sergey. I know that John Merchant, Geometry Jim, has this tree viewer. I don't know if he has updated that for the current schema, but sort of a little bit hierarchical, nice text viewing of the IFC file. It makes it quite easy to go through these things instead of just looking straight into the IFC file. But
do you think this is a tool it could make available to the team?
I mean, I think it would be nice. I can ask John if he can do that.
Yes, please.
I only have a tree viewer on the product level. I never bothered with going deeper, but what I'm using typically is the IFC viewer quick browser. That one's probably the best there is, and it's like 15 years old or something. You can also get it for free. Let me search for a link.
Yeah, at least I think it's quite nice to have something like that to sort of get a quick overview of what the file actually contains and the structure.
This
We use Akka a lot, USB. We like that very much.
Yeah, but this is about really the syntax.
Okay.
So, just looking at the lines in a structured way, so that you can get,
Sergey, perhaps you can showcase the quick browser with this example. It is merged, so if you have synchronized on your computer.
I don't. Let me do that. I posted the link to the quick browser.
Yep, thank you.
In chat. I think that one's really good because it has all the references, so all the direct references and all the inverses. It's really nice.
And what is it kind? How does it? I mean, it doesn't crack with our IFC 4.4 files, or?
Yeah, it doesn't care about that. It just reads lines.
Okay.
It just connects everything.
Yeah, right.
So what I also liked here about this pull request is that the author started a small README, just explaining a bit of what data is in there, because now with sprint 2.x, we are starting to see some, let's say, product data and or structural data. So it's recommended, not necessary, but recommended if some sort of description as to what is expected to be seen from the file. So the alignment, I believe that's this green one, should look somewhat like this if somebody is reading the file and interpreting it. And there we have the alignment segments with minimal information.
Regarding Akka, Jan-Erik, I actually tested. I mean, I created this example file with an alignment also for 2.1, and I couldn't. I could display it in the Akka browser if I changed the schema reference and maybe did some other small changes as well, because it didn't consume the stuff with the wrong schema reference.
That could be because we use it mostly for IFC 4.3, so we haven't tested it with IFC 4.4 yet, I think. No. But what is very nice with it is that you can see the alignment, and you can also, they have a table view functionality, so you can see the parameters of the alignment.
Yeah, you can even show sort of this whatever you call it, long section or profile view, vertical view graphically as well.
Yeah. And that's also useful, but the table view is very useful because then you can compare value by value, so you are sure that you do it correctly. But this guy Michelangelo is super helpful and extremely fast developing Akkas, so maybe we should contact him and ask him to support IFC 4.4 as well.
They have provided the series of files. They are very quick and on the topic. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you have contact with them. Yeah.
Just checking, Stefan, do you have a problem with your internet connection?
So I can hear quite well and everything, but it's my computer is somewhat slow. I'm not sure if it's internet or the computer. I have no idea. But can you guys hear me even, or understand me well?
Loud and clear.
Okay, at least that part's fine. So let's see. I think Sergey has been setting up in the background the quick browser. There it is.
Okay.
This is the bevel control. I don't know if I have if this is the latest, because I don't know if they have a new pull request open.
They have already submitted a 2.1 and it has been merged.
It hasn't been merged, okay. But the real, let's say the real added value of this browser is even the stuff that's not inverse. It just goes and connects everything. So Cartesian point gets you its access to placement. So it's really easy to navigate in it. And it also has a search, basic search again. Really basic functionalities here immediately in it. And for example, for site, you go to rel aggregates, and you can see that site and project are aggregated and tunnel and site are aggregated. And you can even go and navigate the directs right over in the bottom one. So for local placement, this one goes all the way to the first Cartesian point again. But of course, the one thing that if you're navigating the directs here, then the inverses, if you select them, are not shown. So the inverses are only shown if you select here. So for unit assignment, the inverse is project because the unit assignment is assigned to project. Unit, for example, doesn't have an inverse either, but again, you can see that it's connected. So it just runs twice through the file and connects everything where it finds the references. And if you want to search for something, I don't know, let's say, I'm not sure if this file has a 120, for example. No, it doesn't. Let's take 72, for example. Oops, 52. Take 72. Or if you search for IFC project, for example, it's like a text browser without the editor part, and it connects everything through this separate window. I always use this. and it's really straightforward because it doesn't. One thing I don't like, for example, in John's tree viewer, it just goes on and on and on and on, and it doesn't cut you off at a circular reference. So if you have an inverse to direct, and then the direct to inverse, it will just keep opening the nodes, and you will get confused if you don't know what you're doing.
So, Sergey, in this one file, could you tell which 2.1 concepts have passed successfully?
Here in this browser, no. That's why we have the checker.
Okay. No, but well, jumping between the two, of course.
But if we look at IFC site, this one was, I think, correct. You can see that it's aggregated into project first with this rel aggregates, and it also aggregates a tunnel with this rel aggregates. So yeah, you can manually check. That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you find any IFC tunnel part?
Tunnel part. For that, we just click on tunnel and look at rel aggregates. This one's the site, and the other one is the tunnel part. So now you have the 50, and you go to 50, and you have the tunnel part over here, and it has a contained in spatial structure where the alignment is contained. This is probably not what we wanted, but you can do it at the moment. We weren't that strict with where to put.
Yes, correct. Did Beaver Control inserted in there any object nesting?
Yes, I think I saw a nest. Let's check. Rel nests, yeah, they have nested alignment horizontal and with alignment segments, for example. So this is the layout, and they have other rel nests, probably alignment vertical with alignment segments, and then the next one is alignment horizontal vertical referent. I would probably treat these as separate concepts because this should actually fail, Stefan.
This should fail.
This is a separate concept. It should have its own rel nests.
Oh yeah, I see.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah. It's good that we checked.
We are being too gentle.
No, but this one is definitely problematic because if you go and check from different angles, you might get a fail for a certain concept if you're a bit stricter. And for queries, it's also, for example, if I just queried this one query the alignment, for example, for all reference, and I wouldn't do a type check, I would just get alignment horizontal and vertical in it, and it could break some implementations.
Okay, a good catch.
We probably should check this one, yes.
Thank you.
I'll open an issue, assign it to myself.
And then we have a reference here, for example, that has a local placement with a Cartesian point, and it has two property sets with stationing and super elevation. These property sets have station and super elevation side, transition, super elevation property sets. This is probably also wrong, but this we weren't checking right now. This should be on annotation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the super elevation should be on annotation. The stationing is okay, I think.
So if we check this one, it would fail because the applicability of a property set wouldn't fit.
But we're not there yet, right?
Nope.
No, not there yet.
Okay. Well, good. Still a good catch, and then a little update on your part, Stefan. Then, good.
One thing I wanted to ask: is there anyone from what was the pull request I was reviewing yesterday? Do we have anyone from? Actually, it should be closed. Yeah, this one, yes.
From
Works. Okay, what was this? Where is Jared?
That sequence, right?
yes,
Yeah.
that sequence, yes.
Okay.
It shall be an export from their software, geotechnical software. It should be 4.3 compliant.
Yeah, they just closed the pull request. I told them to reopen it because we're not checking files here, we're checking the schema. So any file is good, right? And
yes.
I told them to reopen, but if there is no one here, maybe for the other participants, failing a file in this project is not the absence of success, just as a guideline. Even if your file fails, just leave it on and we will review it and we can work on it. It's not like you're failing, you're just validating the schema pretty much that we supplied. So all files are good.
Absolutely. Yep. Good point. So you'll reopen the pull request, correct?
I don't know if I can, as a matter of fact. I think they have to. I can reopen.
Maybe just comment so that they understand why. Okay.
I need to jump to another meeting, but thanks for all the tips.
Pleasure. Thanks, Jan-Erik. Good day to you. Yep, it's 8:30. Adam, anything else you'd like we briefly discuss?
No, that's all clear.
Okay, thank you very much. And on our side, Stefan, Lars, Sergei, anything?
Thank you for continuously joining.
Yep.
Indeed,
Sorry.
you're right.
Lars?
Okay. Lars, were you saying something?
No. Nothing to add.
Yep.
Good, and then we'll speak with each other again 6 p.m. this afternoon for those who are interested in joining. Wishing everyone a good day, a good evening, Adam. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.